Hello everyone. So now that we achieve the simulation of our t-shirt, let's continue with the pants. Remember that in Vellum, when we're doing cloth simulations, we always go from the insider to the outsider. So the most insider cloth to the most outsider part. Okay? So now we can move on into the jeans. So let's take this one. And the cool stuff is that in cloth, we are gonna maybe duplicate a lot of nodes, because the same thing that we made for one piece of cloth, we will be able to reuse it in the next parts. So this is our jeans. Okay. And now what we're going to do, we're going to create a node remesh. Remember, now we are preparing the pants for the simulation. So this node, we can decrease that number to maybe 0.11, something like that. Yeah, something like this. And let's create the group for this piece of cloth. I'm going to show you another way to do the group. We can create a node group. And in this part, we can put the dollar OS in capital. Let's put it in points. And here, let's put pants cons. Cool. So we can uncheck this option and click the option keep in bounding regions. So in this case, now we have this box. Remember to press this icon, the gizmo, to use that box and move it, something like that. We can make it smaller, like doing that stuff. This is kind of cool if you are still like doing some versions of your pants. So by selecting by hand what we did before, it's kind of a shit, because if someone change anything in the mesh, you will need to do the groups again. But with this, we can change maybe now this bottom part of the pants, but the group will be the same. So it's a cool way to do groups. So once with the group, we should do like a merge here, because this is gonna open during the simulation, and we don't want these kind of parts like flapping around. So let's select by points, and let's do like a quick selection like this. Very quick, don't worry. I will change to lasso. Cool. So in the front area, we will need to, and in the other part, something like that. Well, let's simulate it, because I want to show you what's going to happen. But yeah, you will see. So let's prepare the collider. Let's do it something like that. Okay, now we can take these and put it to Vellum. Our static chains to Bell. Let's put Vellum. It's okay. So this is our John Wick collider. Let's take this. Let's put it more or less something like here. Bonus. Let's check everything's okay. We can leave the hands, like delete it. The pants are not gonna interact, so why we need this? It's okay. We could delete the head also, but let's keep it simple. And let's copy the same values here. Actually, we can copy the same rig with the cache too. Hey, no. Let's press Alt and duplicate this. Cool. Let's cut it. And remember, the first input, the geometry we want to deform, and the third one, the colliders. In this case, we will need another collider, which is the t-shirt. So we will create this merge, and of course we will create object merge, and we're gonna bring the point deform, not the after the BDB, because with the BDB it's gonna be like we'll need to calculate again, so it's okay. Let's put shirt simulated. Okay, and let's drag and drop this point deform. That's cool. So let's bring it here and let's connect it into the colliders. So in the vellum area, things that we need to touch. Of course, we will need to change some parameters here. So the first one, and we are gonna focus only in the stretch and the bend areas. In the stretch, we can leave it like this, more or less, and in the bend, we can reduce this a lot by 0.01, because we don't want like the silk pants, you know. It's not like jeans, but it's like it's less stiffness than the silk. Okay, so let's leave it like this. In the constraints, now we have an error because now here we don't have the shirt constraints. So what we need to do just is delete this and change it for pants. And if we check this, we will see the spheres that are gonna be our constraints. Cool. Nice. And in the vellum solver, just let's keep it. Maybe you can decrease that. Maybe we can decrease these to 100. Let's try it. Sometimes we have to do test and do tweaking to be sure. Okay, so now with this, let's hit play. But first of all, Control S. Remember. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to show you, that these areas is like because we don't have the constraints. They are like opening because they don't have any constraints to attach to each other. But we don't need to create the constraints actually. What we need is just to fuse that parts, and that's all. So let's do this. But by the way, I think that the result is kind of cool. So let's try this. Here in the group that we have created, let's select it by points again with our lasso picking, and let's select these areas. So let's select the two pockets, maybe something like this. It's just slightly bit. Then let's select the front area, the zipper. Let's unhide and select this. Let's unselect this part, and then let's select these. Something like that. That's cool. Now let's unselect that one. Okay. So just press tab and type fuse. Great. And here maybe we can put something like something more like 7. Let's try that. Okay, so apparently we destroy it, but it's gonna be okay, because remember that this is our simulated geometry. So it's our geometry to simulate. So it's not gonna be the final one. So let's do the same. Let's click here. Let's try. So cool. We are not having the same issue. So cool. We are not having the same problem anymore. That's really great. What we could do, maybe, let me see when he start. Okay, it's okay. I like the way we start the cloth and the frame here. So cool. In the next lesson, we are gonna catch this. See ya.